What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about and discuss um, something that I seen very recently in a music video for Saweetie and Doja Cat's song that they both have called Best Friend. So those of you who may not know, Doja Cat is featured on Saweetie's latest song called Best Friend, and they filmed a music video for the song as well. And I think that the music video has a nice budget behind it, it looks like, and very creative. You know, there's definitely some debates to be had about the music video itself, but what I'm really coming through and talking about is some dialogue that takes place at the beginning of the music video before the music video actually gets into the song. So what I'm going to do is show you the dialogue that takes place at the beginning of the music video, and then I'll come back and give you my thoughts and opinions about it. All right, so here we go.
I can't believe these disrespectful men out here. Just staring at y'all bodies, objectifying y'all. Listen, I'm Jamal, and I just want to let y'all know that you too, you're not just sexual beings.
Another fake woke misogynist.
Does he really think he's an ally to the feminist cause?
Please, that kind of crass virtue signaling is nothing but a less overtly nefarious form of toxic masculinity.
Ladies, hey, I see what y'all doing. Cut it out, it ain't nice.
You don't want us, we freaks.
Oh, y'all should have said something earlier. I like me, she freaks.
She trying to tan right now, you in her way. You know? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Of the sun.
of the sun, yeah. I'm
great. You know, a little tanning session. Yeah.
all right.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
All right, so you saw and heard the dialogue. So we have the low-key woke conscious hotep brother trying to holler at the mixed biracial women. And I'll tell you, I've never heard of such a thing. I was like, whoa, that happens? From what I heard, the woke conscious hotep brothers always go blacker, for them. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The blacker the berry, the deeper the roots. The blacker the berry, the blacker the blacker. For those brothers, usually if it's not as black as the top of this permanent marker, they like send it back. They want they women to be black, blacker, blackity black. All right. But, apparently this is not the case, all right, in this situation. But being for real, though, all right, this is like low-key, not even low-key, somewhat of a pattern, somewhat of a pattern at this point, The conscious woke hotep brothers going for either the biracial mixed exoticals are just non-black women altogether. And of course, that's nothing new. During the video, he referred to them as being strong, black, independent women, and as a compliment. And again, we have this whole applying blackness to the biracials, the mixed women, the exoticals, if what you want to call them. Interesting. Again, I've never heard of that either. Usually, like the woke hotep conscious brothers, usually they no, we have a strict definition of what a black woman is, and a black woman has to be as dark as the top of this permanent marker right here, blacker than 1001 midnights, She has to have some, 4C hair texture. All right. I have to be able to know that she is black from 50 miles down the road. I'm looking down the road 50 miles. I see there's a black woman right there. I ain't got to look at her DNA ancestry test. I ain't got to look at photos of her parents and her family. She black off jump. You know? But yeah, so we know that, these woke hotep dudes don't apply blackness to just any and everybody, especially women. We know that. But seriously though, that's another pattern that you see play out too, right? The one drop rulers, if you will. And actually, I didn't even hear this part until I was editing the audio for this video. Like, for that segment that I just played for you. Like, I didn't even know that that was a part of it. I was like, oh. And I think I partially missed it just because there were like two people speaking at the same time. And I think I was more concentrated on what Doja Cat and Saweetie were saying. And they also brought up Doja Cat and Saweetie a couple of phrases like, fake, woke, misogynist, interesting, because in like the woke, conscious, hotep movement, whatever, there are accusations of it being like misogyny or misogynoir, interesting, and allied to the feminist cause, whereas like perhaps these dudes may think that they may be allies for the women, or particularly the black women, but allyship is just more than just saying you're an ally. It's actually involves actions. Another story for another day. Then we have the whole toxic masculinity thing. And at that point, I'm like, uh-oh, he gonna get me too. By Doja Cat, probably. And then you notice in the video, he picks up on how they perceive him, and he does not like it. And he calls them out on it. And says that that's not nice. And then Doja Cat said, you won't like us. We freaks. And then he comes through and say, he likes freaks. You should have told him that earlier. He would have been over here. But much like the popular woke conscious hotep brothers, they say or imply that black women should be virtuous and, aka not freaks and, sexually promiscuous and all that stuff. But then the women that they pick oftentimes don't fall into that category. That's something that's really interesting too, right? Why is that? It's like you're not quite practicing what you're preaching, because it's seeming like you're preaching like this is the woman that should be sought after. But then when it comes down to the woman you're seeking, those virtuous women don't fall into the category that you're looking for, right? And again, folks can like what they like. I'm just calling out the hypocrisy in it. And just in case you didn't know, the guy, or the name of the guy, like the name of the actor who plays the guy in the dialogue in that skit, he goes by the name King Bach, kind of like on social media, and I believe he was very popular on the social media platform Vine for a while. I didn't even know that social media platform ended and closed. I was like, oh, so what happened with that? But I'll say that that guy sort of reminds me of, like, for some reason, I'm like, I feel like I know this guy for some reason. I guess because I think he reminds me of D.L. Hughley, in looks and in like the fake woke consciousness, hotepness vibe, Like, okay, yeah, kind of getting them D.L. Hughley vibes, right? And, of course, word on the curve is that Doja Cat doesn't like black men like that, right? And, of course, black men and some black women came after Doja Cat for that, because they was like, you know, Doja Cat, what's wrong with you? You anti-black. Oh, you an anti-black man, biracial woman, huh? Oh, you don't like black features, huh? You don't like 4C hair texture? You don't like dark skin? Oh, you don't like black people facial features? Oh, you don't want a black cane? Then get out of here. All right. And then, of course, the Mammy Mules, the Mammy Mules came through and, was pushing that too, which is strange because I think that would be more in your favor if you are a Mammy Mule, who is black men only, usually how Mammy Mules work. Um, so that would work in your favor, actually, not against you. But because they're so black male identified, it's like, oh no, that's anti-black. It's like, Doja Cat, you being anti-black. Doja Rat, you don't like our black kings? Mm-mm. You ain't no friend of mine. You ain't no sister of mine, Doja Rat. If you don't like no black king, then we ain't let you be in any black spaces, and let you participate in any of our black events. Because you don't like black king. Alright? Even though the black kings who don't want anything to do with the black queens are more than welcome to be in black spaces and participate in black events and to be even spokespersons for like pro-black movements. Very interesting. But I think partially it's because of Doja Cat being biracial, and when it comes to that situation and being biracial and having a black card, quote unquote, is sort of contingent upon how those biracial women feel about black men. Do they consider black men as options, preferably their only options? And ultimately, you have a right to support who you want to support. And if you feel like someone is not supporting you, then okay, that would, I don't have any issue with someone withdrawing their support from someone or something that they feel is not, supporting them or, likes them or whatever. Although, again, the hypocrisy of it is that when black women decide to do that with black male celebrities, especially, then all of a sudden, folks want to come through with the whole guilt trip and trying to shame black women into supporting it and just talking about how black women are jealous, bitter, angry, that black men got options. He ain't say he ain't say he hated black women. He ain't say nothing about black women. He got options. He want to explore his options. You just mad because you ain't got options, black women. That black man just got a preference. So what? You ain't his preference. Are you jealous? You jealous you ain't his preference? Oh, you insecure. Oh, you bitter, you angry. Maybe if you took off that lace front weave and stopped wearing so much weave and fixed your bad, nasty attitude and lost the weight and got rid of your diabetes and your obesity and your high out of wedlock birth rate and all that other stuff you're messing with, maybe he would like you. Maybe he would make you his preference. Black women got to step up and compete. Right? But when the shoe is on the other foot, when the tables are turned, you don't hear none of that stuff. You don't hear none of that stuff. Right? And black women be supporting it. Black women gotta support the black king. Cause I'm a big mammy mule. Ooh. That means I gotta come through for my black king, baby. But let me continue. And of course, we know that Saweetie is currently in a relationship with Quavo. And, I hope that they continue to be a non-problematic black man biracial woman couple, and hopefully they can go the mile. They seem like they are, a legit couple. They don't seem like they on the BS that Cardi B and Offset is on, all that stuff. So hopefully, they can go the mile if they are continue to be a healthy, non-problematic couple. Now, if they turn problematic, then it's like, okay, this got to end. We can't be having children come from a union like that and then expecting that for them to be normal, quote unquote, and to not have any issues because of that. All right. But of course, y'all remember black men and some black women came after Saweetie for saying, send your black king back to the streets if he can't buy you a Birkin bag. If he can't buy you a Birkin, then send that back a lurking. All right. And folks got upset about that. They were like, what you talking about? Oh, you just money hungry, you gold digger. You're always talking about money. And then the black women coming after Saweetie too. And, possibly because they felt like Saweetie was bragging maybe. Like she got a dude that can afford to buy her a Birkin bag. And they may feel like she's bragging maybe and rubbing it in their face. And, black women, a lot of times be feeling like, oh, money isn't everything. I'm not materialistic. And that's great. That's fine. I don't knock that. But then I think they feel some type of a way when the women who are a bit more money focused come through talking about dudes buying them this and that. And I think sometimes some women feel that way because some women, I think they're saying that they're not money hungry and they don't care about finances and things like that because they just have a difficult time finding those dudes who are able to meet those requirements. So then they just pretend like they don't have those requirements or would prefer that. That is a thing too, where the women just pretend like the people that they're with are the guys that they're with and the guys that they can actually get. They just pretend like those are their preferences. But really, it's not the case. And they do that to save face. Again, if it don't apply, let it fly. But I do think that is a segment of some, just women in general, really. But in this case, black women who kind of participate in that. All right. So based on the dialogue that I saw in this video, the music video, it seems like Saweetie and Doja Cat are aware of black men in the games, or the game they want to run. Maybe. Maybe. Seemingly they seem aware. But yeah, it does seem like, they may be kind of like poking fun a little bit and, parodying them, so to speak. I do kind of see this as low-key, a case of when, exoticals strike back. And, I hope this song is a hit song for Saweetie and Doja Cat. And I'm glad that Doja Cat's career is still, moving along, even though black folks have been kind of like, because she won't date black men. Because mind you, if she was dating black men and everything else was the same, there would not be, she would be good as gold. All right. She would be good to go, good as gold. All right. Just like folks do with, like, say, Miss Mulatto, aka Mulatto, aka Big Lotto. Pick a name. All right. So I think that's about it. I guess I have one more thing I can mention. So, really important question here. I'm talking about, super important. So do y'all think that Saweetie had a BBL? Just wondering. Y'all think that she had a BBL? Maybe she just started eating good because she got Quavo and now she can afford more nourishing meals. What do you think? Let me know about this, the BBL situation, possibly, and as well as this situation. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that, I'm just reading a bit too much into it? Do you think that it is valid? As well, Saweetie did have like an interview, like on Too Short's live stream show a little while ago too. And some people kind of took issues with that, and I did a video about that too. And they feeling like here again with the whole fetishization, mixed women. You know. And Saweetie did kind of speak to Too Short about the things that he said. She tried to do it in like a way that was, I guess, not so combative and not so that would kind of break the vibe, so to speak. And good that she did do that, because I feel like Too Short kind of low key put her in an awkward, bad situation. I don't think he meant to do that, but that's kind of like where it ended up, though. But what's more important? I guess not more important, but another thing. How do you like the video, the music video? How do you like the song? You like the collaboration? What do you think about that too? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.